Well, hi all. Well, as always, a big thank you for joining us. Well, today's video is all about the Autovox Solar 4 truly wireless backup camera. We're going to do a quick unbox, installation, and over the next week or two I'm going to do a review and see how it performs. We're the Gapticators, Phil and Izzy. We've been full-time travellers since 2018. Join us on our road trip adventures as we explore the world. And for weekly updates, subscribe, like and turn on that bell notification. So I should say before we start, we're no strangers to Autovox. About 14 months ago we were in the market for a camera and we actually bought an Autovox. We've had various fans, various cameras over the years, and we bought an Autovox. I was a little bit skeptical, but we've had it 14 months. We travel full time and I have to say it's been absolutely fantastic in that time. On two occasions there was a little delay between 7 and 10 seconds when I had to wait for the screen to come up in the cab to show the camera working. Other than that, it's been fantastic. Push the button and it works really well. So a big shout out, a big thank you to Autovox for sending us this camera for a review. So I've actually removed the cellophane wrapper and I've just got to slice these couple of tabs underneath and hopefully we'll get a look at see what's inside, if I can get the box open. Okay, so straight away we've got a little booklet. We've got the option to extend the warranty to 18 months, and I think that's the camera here. So if I can get this out, yep. So we've got the camera, we've got the solar panel for the camera, one-time cable, right, so we've got, this is actually the extender for the antenna, so if you've got a really big rig, you might want to consider using this. We've got the screen. Obviously this sits in the cab. We've got the bracket of the holder for the screen. We've got the charger for the cab, the bracket for the reversing camera, another bracket for the camera, a little bag of screws and an Allen key, and what looks like an antenna. In fact, two antennas. Got one here and one just in here. Let's have a look. Yep. So two antennas and a little screw for adjusting one of these. Okay, and that is pretty much everything that's in the box. Okay, so I'm just going to open this up as well. And there we go. Now within the charger you've got an extra USB, which is really handy, and you've got the button here, and this actually operates the camera. So when you want the camera on, you just press that and the camera comes on. Right, so I've just had a little read through the instruction manual, and one of the first things it says is to get the camera on charge for about 6.5 hours. There's actually a little protective film on the lens itself of the camera, and it tells you there as well to get it on charge. So whilst that's on charge, I'm going to get into the cab and have a look at installing the mount for the screen. Okay, so within the cab you've got four parts effectively. You've got the mount, and there's an element of flexibility in the mount with an adhesive pad. Basically you've got a little screw which fits in the back of the mount, and then you've got the screen itself, and of course you've got the charging cable. So all I'm going to do is have a little assessment, find out where I'm going to put it and go from there. Right, so the situation at the moment is I've got my sat nav, I've got the existing Autovox reversing camera just here, and then I've got my phone holder here. I'm really happy with how this sits, and just over here, this is where it's powered. So it's actually, the mount is pretty big. It's not going to fit in here, and so I quite like my phone where it is. So I'm actually going to move the camera to this area here, and I'm just going to put it to the right hand side of the dash. Okay, so the camera is fully charged and the mount for the screen in the dash has been stuck down, so that's all ready to go. I just want to talk very briefly about the mounting of the camera. So basically you've got two options. You've got this vertical plate, which is a plastic plate in my hand here, and you've got the horizontal metal plate just here. And all that happens is this gets stuck and screwed to the back of your van, and then all that happens is it basically slides onto the back of the camera. And then you've got an element of adjustability on the camera up and down, and it's pretty firm, so it isn't going to move whilst you're on the move. The camera itself will actually last in this state for about 3 months in real world terms, using it every day. And if it's plugged into the little solar panel, it'll actually last for about 12 months. And the system that we've got on the truck at the moment, as I say, we've had it for about 14 months fitted. We use it pretty much every day, and I've never actually recharged it, so it's still going strong. You don't actually have to remove the camera from the back of the truck, although it's very easy to do so. And you've got the option as well of actually putting in a little anti-theft screw to prevent it getting stolen as well. It comes paired from the factory, so you know, hopefully whenever I jump in the cab in a moment and turn them both on, then they should be talking to each other. However, if you want a second camera or you need to get a replacement camera, then you're going to have to pair the camera to the screen, and the instructions are in the manual. Right, let's get to the cab. Okay, so I just want to talk about the solar panel for a moment. Now, I think we've already mentioned the camera can operate by itself for up to about 3 months, but it comes with the solar panel, so why would you not plug it in? Why would you not use the solar panel? And it really is just a case of peeling back the little rubber cover on top of the camera and plug it in the little micro USB into the camera. Now, the cable is reasonably short, and the pad actually comes with an adhesive pad. Sorry, the solar panel comes with an adhesive pad, and there's really one way to fit it, and really it's so that it doesn't get taken off by the wind. And as you can see in this diagram, if you like, that it basically gets stuck down, and you can see how the wind would flow over it. Okay, so the camera is fixed onto the back of the vehicle. I was screwing into metal. It took me about 20 minutes, but obviously it was something much softer, then it should take you, 5 or 6 minutes to fix that. Both antennas have been fitted, so one on the camera, one on the screen in the cab. The power button on the camera has been activated. Okay, so that's switched on. So all that's left to do is to put in the power switch into the dash, and I'm going to do it real time so you can see what happens. And when you plug it in, you get a little red light that comes on. Okay, so let's see if the red light comes on. Straight away, red light comes on. And when you activate the camera by pushing this button, there should be a green light that comes on. And that in turn brings on the camera, and sure enough, there it is. Okay, so with the camera kit installed, I've just put a couple of obstacles out here just to give it a trial run and see how it performs. Okay, so I'm just going to press the button, and sure enough, the screen comes on almost instantaneously, and that, I have to say, is a marked improvement over the last camera. There was always a sort of 1.5–2 second delay. This is really quick, which is great, and straight away I can see my lines. Now, I've actually kept the camera pointing down at quite some angle, because we have a scooter on the back, and I like to be able to see the scooter as well, actually, when I'm on the road, just to make sure that all the straps are done up. So for me, that's a real plus, and I can see there's no cars, there's no pedestrians behind me, so I'm actually really happy with what I can see. Now, you can see the couple of obstacles there. You can see the chair, you can see the ladder really clearly, and you can see the marking lights as well. So you can see it's obviously it's red, amber, and then green. clearly there is an element of quite a lot of adjustability, and I'm just going to slowly move back into that space, and straight away you can see I'm getting closer and closer, and I know that I'm some way off, so I'm really happy to stop there. I'm in this sort of amber area. I know that I'm quite some way away, so I'm just going to put the brake on, jump out and have a look, see how close we are. Now you can see I've got the scooter here, and there's still quite a bit of distance between the obstacles and the truck. Now I'm happy with that. I can sort of work with that. Now obviously if the scooter wasn't on, or I wanted to extend the camera out a little bit further, then I could clearly see the obstacles and back right up to them. Now for me personally, I'm happy with this. I'm happy giving myself a little bit of space, and if somebody should park behind me, then I've got a bit of maneuverability in terms of getting out. Okay, so you can see the scooter there in the picture, and you can see the green, yellow and red. I'm just going to go back slowly so you can see, and at the bottom of the screen you can see the scooter rack, and I'm just going to encroach into the green, into the yellow, and I'm just going to stop about there. So I'm really happy with that. Okay, so I'm just going to jump out, see how close we are. So for me, I'm really happy with that. I don't really want to get that much closer to anything. I could point the camera down a little bit more, but overall, yeah, that's good. Okay, just want to take a moment just to sum the camera up. We've been living with the camera now for the last few weeks, and on the whole, it's been absolutely superb. A couple of plus sides, I think, in terms of a backup camera, straight out of the box, you know, literally just a plug and play, and you know, you don't need to be some competent DIYer to install this. It really is just the camera, really, the little mounting plate. There's 4 screws, and it's just a case of sort of screwing that up. The rest really is just adhesive pads. You peel back, you stick it down, you know, and that's it. It's paired from the factory, which is just a bonus. So it really is just a case of sort of plugging the camera into the dash and pressing the button, and that's it. It just starts to talk to each other straight away. The picture quality from the camera, I think, is excellent. You've got that fisheye effect, so in terms of sort of looking left and right, you've got a really good range of visibility, and I think the picture quality along with the guidelines make it really, really easy. So yeah, really content with that. On a sort of downside, and there only is one sort of negative, I would say 9 times out of 10 the camera is fantastic. You press the button and it comes on straight away and there's no issue. I would say there is the odd occasion when you press the button and you can see that it's talking to each other, but there's just a little delay in the screen coming on. You can see something's happening because on the top left hand side of the screen you've got channel 1, which flashes on and off. It's telling you that, yeah, I'm trying to get the signal, and there's just that little delay. As I say, I'm being really critical because you're only talking a matter of seconds, but the camera has always come on. It's never not come on, and then you're sort of left wondering what to do. So on the whole, I would say really happy with the camera, and yeah, let's see how it goes.